Here we're going to be looking at the receiving process, and we're going to use an iPad, although my preference actually is to use a smartphone, because with the iPad, as you'll see, when you're doing data entry, the keyboard pops up and includes a large part of the screen. But you're probably much more expert at iPads than I, so you'll probably be fine with this. So we're on the receiving screen. We've got pickup manifests and we've got self-delivery. And the pickup manifests, of course, are those manifests that were picked up by the drivers. And if we select one, we can see the items that have been picked up on that particular manifest. And if we go to self-delivery, we can select one of the self-delivery disposal requests, because they're not on a manifest, they're on a disposal, they're just a disposal request. And we can choose one of those, and we can see the items that the department's going to drop off to us directly. So let's go back to the pickup manifest and select a manifest for us to look at. So there's so much functionality on this that I'm going to break this down into more than one video, because I don't want to be too long for you, and I want you to be able to just take it in small bites, as we've mentioned before. First thing we can notice is that when we scroll through this list of items, we can see that there are green camera icons, and the green icon indicates that there is an image already present. Those images could either been uploaded by the department themselves, or they could have been taken and uploaded during the pickup process. And you, of course, can upload images during the receiving process. And more importantly, you have a lot of different ways that you can add images within the main application. And one of the cool things is you can add batches of images and assign them automatically to their respective inventory items, or even auction lots. And images become very important, especially if you're going to use our integrated GovDeals system, where you can create your auction lots and upload them automatically to GovDeals, and then download the winning information, the winning bidder information, and create your sales orders automatically, so that you've got a record of everything that was sold on GovDeals. So bear in mind that the images, especially with the internet, of course, are very important, because images and descriptions are what sells product on the internet. So if we scroll back up to the top here, we can I can show you one other item that is kind of important before we look at the editing and adding items and so on. So you'll notice that there are two columns of the quantities picked up. So one is the disposal request quantity, and the other one the DR quantity, and the other one is the pickup quantity, the PU quantity. And then the third column will be the quantity where we indicate what has been received. And we can tap on the red X to say that we've received that quantity of items. But let's say, for example, and it'll be very rare because the items will have already been picked up by the driver. But let's say that we actually only received 5. Then when we tap on that little check mark, we'll see that it turns orange, and that's different from the green check mark. If I tap on that one, the green check mark indicates that all of the correct quantity was received. The orange check mark indicates that there's a difference or discrepancy in the quantities. And that same thing occurs on the pickups, actually, and I forgot to mention it in those other videos. So watch out for those orange check marks. Another thing you can do, if you have a sled attached to your iPad, a sled is a device that allows you to scan with an iPad, is you can scan the temporary number barcode if you do have the printed manifest as a guide and you want to use the scanner. And so I'm just going to type it in here and hit the little search icon, and it'll filter on that particular record if you need to identify each individual record to receive. I'll go ahead and clear it away now. And of course, you can always do all received by tapping on the red X by the all received caption, and you'll notice that everything has been marked as received with the quantities that were picked up. And so those are some of the basics of the receiving. And the next video we're going to do editing using the edit pencil. We'll add an item, of course, because it's conceivable that you could add another item, and then we'll do printing as well, and we'll do printing of the labels. So that's just a sketch of the first part of it.